So for those of you who don't know me, my name's Fran Wolf. I'm a boomer and I live in southern British Columbia. I'm also the sole caregiver for my son who has cancer. And together he and I are on a journey. I am on a boomer's journey, seeking financial freedom. That's right, I am. So for those of you who don't know me, my name's Fran Wolf. I'm a boomer and I live in southern British Columbia. I'm also the sole caregiver for my son who has cancer. And together he and I are on a journey. So I wrote pages. So here we go. So in my journey, seeking financial freedom, I am finding hope in digital marketing. I live on a fixed income. You'll probably know that. I'm a pensioner. I'm 73 years old. So I have a pension from my 20-year career as a social worker, and CPP, which is supplemented somewhat by the death of my husband, which that happened about 9 years ago. So it helps a bit, but not a lot. And the horrible thing they call old age security. With this income, I often find myself between two realities. Caught between that I'm a senior and I was hoping for more. I experience some anxiety from time to time about making ends meet. The absolute truth is he cannot live this life of his without someone being close to him to take care of him. That someone is his mom. That's me. If you understand, comment, understand. I need to know you're paying attention to what I'm saying. There's uncertainty for me, and I try not to pass that on to my son. More than survive. I deserve to thrive. My son deserves this too. Because he doesn't need to feel any more anxiety than comes with the cancer. So I knew I have to make some changes. I have to find some answers. And so I started looking last summer. So, I really knew I had to do something else. I really had to find something better. What I didn't know is how much more I need to learn. So back to the fact that I'm the sole care provider for my son. This is a role that I take very seriously. I take it on with love and with strength and an unwavering commitment. I'm not going to let him down. I just won't. And my journey with him, my journey as a sole care provider has taught me so much. As I watch him heal, knowing that it's never going to end. This journey has taught me to embrace life, to continue to be a joy seeker, to continue to celebrate every victory, microscopic victories. And this journey has taught me to take on an attitude of gratitude. I know that sounds kind of corny to some people, but seriously, let's think about it for a minute. Do you know how easy it would have been for me to just fall apart and lose it? No. That has never been an option. It's absolutely not who I am. It's not. So I will be grateful. And I am grateful. And let me tell you this. I sat in a chair in the ICU clinic, in the unit where my son lay in his bed in October and again in November when he was dying. I sat there and I watched him for 3 hours as he had a near-death experience. Are you listening to me? Comment, listening. I watched my son die. I'm not lying. I watched him die, and I sat there for 3 hours, and I watched him in a very dark place, a very scary place. No, his heart didn't stop, but everything else slowed right down to a snail's pace. I have enough experience with this kind of stuff with my sister, my brother, my husband, that I understand the monitors and I understand the medical science behind them. So I knew what was happening. And then I saw him turn his head. And I went to him and I said, "Hi." "You're back." And he said, "Yeah, I'm back." Gratitude. Miracles. He came back. So no matter how hard the days get, I get to choose. I choose joy. I choose gratitude. I get to choose and focus on the beauty in each moment. In that very moment I just told you about. Celebrating victories. Celebrating miracles. And staying hopeful. This perspective is so much more than just a mindset. It's my life. My life. Who I am. It's my brand. It is my way of living. So in my quest to secure some kind of financial stability and provide a better life for him, for me, absolutely knew, without question, that I needed to create something. I needed to create multiple streams of income. And that's what I'm doing. So in January, I started watching a woman who was coming across my feed, and she had a story similar to mine in some ways. And her story and her values aligned with mine. I reached out to her. I call her my host. I call her my mentor. I call her my friend. And she has taught me the Lux Life Wealth Accelerator program. Do you want to know more? Comment more. From the moment that I began watching my mentor and learning from her and researching, it was clear that this was not just another too good to be true thing. No, it's not a stupid scam. Good God. It was real. She was honest. The program is real, and it is honest. LWA doesn't make any outlandish promises or push any expensive buy-ins or any of that stuff. I understand there are people like me who are looking for answers. They understand because they were the same as me. They looked for answers. But I could do it, and I was encouraged, and I've been supported. Lux Life Wealth Accelerator stood out because it presented itself as authentic. My host was authentic. That I wanted to do this. I wanted to do it for myself. I wanted to do it for my son, with the hopes that someday I may be able to help someone else who needs help, such as I've told you about myself. I'm building a path to financial freedom, and I know that I am. But what really sealed the deal for me was when I experienced how supportive the community is. And I spend a lot of time doing information sessions with them so that I can learn what I'm supposed to be doing. And I have learned. And I tell you what, I was scared because I didn't know how to do any of this stuff. LWA continues to teach me every day more that it is an option to what I call the matrix. I believe I've found the answer. Through LWA, I have found a way to reclaim some control over my future. So I choose courage. I choose to be brave. I don't know that there's an option. I will continue to embrace my journey with gratitude and with joy, no matter what. How about you? Do you feel that you can? If you think that you can take anything on and walk through the fire like I do, say me too. Or if you're scared, say I'm scared. But this is me. I'm Fran Wolf. I'm the sole caregiver of my son. I celebrate. I find hope. I choose to thrive. I choose to help others to do the same. Maybe it's helpful for you. I choose to spend time telling you my story because maybe, thank you for listening. If you want to know more, say more. If you want more information, comment info. Do what I can to help you. Thank you.